Hello, and welcome to a new stream. I'm so glad that you were able to make it. So today
A blade is like a tea leaf.
we will be doing another story quest, which is the last one we still have open, which is Emilie's. So let's get started. Oh, you didn't know there was one? There was. Sorry, I missed yesterday's. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, darling. It happens. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm so glad you could make it. But don't worry about yesterday. Yesterday wasn't a long stream. But, I was playing Among Us and I finally got to be imposter. And actually the game crashed a few times. So apparently Among Us just can't handle me being an imposter. Well, but I will start posting weekly schedules starting tomorrow, so you won't have to miss another stream. Okay, so let's get started with the story quest. Oh, we have to go to Sumeru. Okay. And I'm glad so many of you could make it to today's stream. Yes, my lucky charm is here. I'm so glad you could make it, my precious lucky charm, darling. Actually, maybe let's put this away because it makes sound every once in a while so it doesn't interrupt the story. Oh, Tainari is here.
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Oh, that would be sad.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
The story quest.
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's with all the flowers around here?
Are they making perfume?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out. The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm
No?
just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Oh, is it Emilie?
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Oh,
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses.
it would appear that he's not the brightest candle on the cake.
Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Okay,
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh?
it would appear so. Too many people are careless about what they eat. Too many people don't do as they're told. And you're one of them, Paimon.
Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon like that! Paimon is super careful about what she eats.
Sure you are.
Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
Sure, we can do that. Floral depth blood dew. Okay. Okay, let's have a look.
Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Oh, does Paimon have allergies?
Huh?
Oh, hello there. Something wrong? You feeling okay?
Paimon's, fine. She's just got a
You need some allergy pills?
little...
Cover your mouth. You can't just sneeze at me, that's rude.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
It's getting worse. Why?
Maybe you're sick. Should we go find Tainari?
But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
Oh, poor baby.
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Oh, she's so pretty. I love her outfit.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Wait!
You can talk normally now.
Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
Must have been the incense. Thank you. Oh, you like her design too? Yeah, her design is really pretty.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I suppose that's accurate. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emilie, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
I love how Paimon is always like, Paimon is Paimon. Like, yeah, okay.
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
I've heard a lot about you as well. Although I didn't expect to run into you in Sumeru.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
So it is allergies. I think so, but I don't know much about it.
To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
Yes, because the body is being sensitive.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Maybe it was just too much.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Yes, I have some too.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right?
Yeah, of course.
I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time. But Emilie helped us out.
Emilie? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Something like that, yeah.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
That was an allergic reaction. But Paimon was the victim this time.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes no sense.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds.
Yes, I am.
It's not something you can generalize.
Yeah. And also you can suddenly become allergic to something you weren't allergic before. Or sometimes you have an allergy that suddenly disappears. It really makes no sense at all.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
You're allergic to dying? Oh no, I'm allergic to almonds, but peanuts have I'm not sure what exactly it is in almonds, but peanuts don't contain the same thing. So it's like, apparently someone told me peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're like beans or something. So if you have a peanut allergy, you can, theoretically, if you're allergic to nuts too, you can still eat nuts. And the other way around. No, you're not dumb, darling. I was confused at first too because I could eat peanuts, but almonds I couldn't eat. And then my doctor was like, oh yeah, it's different things that cause the allergy. Actually, I never tried other nuts, so I'm not sure if I'm allergic to anything else, but I don't want to risk it.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
Are you a doctor, Emilie?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
Do you guys have any allergies? I have hay fever too, but my doctor has given me medication now so I can still breathe right now. Because there's actually a lot of pollen in the air currently, where I live.
In addition to medicine, Emilie is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
Oh, that's nice of her.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tainari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tainari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Oh? Who's it then?
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Don't think I have one, although not sure if I've tried all the common ones. Yeah, I mean, it's always possible that you have an allergy and you just haven't discovered it yet. Only has dust allergies, very lucky. Oh, I have a dust allergy too. It's really annoying when I moved because all the dust came out from behind the furniture, and I was sneezing for the rest of the day. Yes, dust is an allergy. Like the... Oh, you have that too. Yeah, dust allergy is really annoying.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
I haven't been tested for it, but most likely. Yeah, I mean, if you react to dust, then you probably have an allergy. I was actually tested, and like I had very high for like tree and grass pollen, but like my dust allergy was so high it was actually marked red on like the results thing, and my doctor was like, oh yeah, maybe stay away from dust, and I was like, okay, I'll try my best. That's why I'm actually, like every 2 or 3 days I have to clean my entire apartment to get rid of dust, so I don't have an allergic reaction. The Auguste variety? What's that?
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Oh, Auguste. Okay.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
Not really.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago.
Ooh, story time.
It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result.
Oh,
In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
that's good. It really could have been a lot worse.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million?
10 million? Then what about now?
Oh, Paimon is being greedy again. Calm down, Paimon.
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
The flower went extinct?
Indeed. The Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
Oh,
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
that makes sense.
Traveler, we should help Emilie look for it.
It's just a rumor, Paimon. There's no way it's that easy to find.
I have to agree. Emilie wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
You finished 5.6 quests and events yet? I think so. There's only the one limited time event that's still ongoing that I haven't fully finished. But otherwise, I think I finished everything.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand mora making endeavors planned.
Yes, and even if she did, she wouldn't share it with you.
Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more practical reason. In recent years, low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste have been popping up on the Fontaine perfume market. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Oh,
Okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal. Then I'll be free from all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
either way, even if it's not for Mora, we could still help you out.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Aw, she's so nice.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only right that we help each other out.
Yeah,
Ha! I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say. But you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Okay, let's go pay him a visit.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
Seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that Mora back?
Seems like they might have more to burn.
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kiria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emilie? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to your mentorship.
Ah, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Oh, he doesn't recognize us?
Ah, they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Edgar.
Emilie's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Oh, that's rude.
Of course, we're perfume merchants from Fontaine. I'm Oud, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yes.
Merchant brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Huh?
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of Auguste? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emilie. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in. I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the Auguste they remember from back then.
Auguste sounds like they are saying a goose. Okay, now that you told me that, I can't unhear it.
A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
A goose.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent.
That makes sense, I guess. I assume some parts of it would, like, go out into the air and leave the bottle as time passes.
Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now. Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
A bottle of a goose? Yes.
Impossible! If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago.
I wouldn't be too
The
sure.
goose flower is back. It has to be.
I mean, if you convince a lot of people that something is worth a lot, they will pay a lot, even if it's not worth a lot. You just need to be convincing.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought.
My favorite flower? Actually, I don't really have a favorite flower. Like, I think flowers are the prettiest when you combine a bunch of them together. Actually, I don't really know that much about flowers. Do you have a favorite flower?
Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing their goose fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
Paimon always jumping at a chance to get something for free.
My apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see. I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emilie wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
We still have our Serenitia hut though. We can always have a place to stay.
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
I'm familiar with the Sumeru wilderness. I'll come with.
Ah, even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
It seems like Edgar and the others don't want anyone to stay near the hotel. But they're also trying not to arouse suspicion. I'm not just imagining things, am I?
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
I kind of mind. You're fishy.
All right then. Oud, why don't you take Emilie inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
These brothers are weird. I don't trust them.
Whoa, the
Very
smell of
sus
flowers
indeed.
is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do all perfumers have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants. But to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
That makes sense.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
What's behind this door?
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well? Blaze!
Yes, of course.
All right, then. Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
They're really suspicious.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You've stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Is that so?
Amber wine? Now that's a Fontaine specialty I've never heard of before.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
What? What's going on?
That's Master's voice.
Quick, let's go see what's going on. As you rush out of the hotel, you detect a unique fragrance coming from outside. Oh, there's a bottle of perfume on the ground.
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
No, Edgar!
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
We'll investigate the scene. We'll try to see where the culprit went. Seems like the story is split depending on what decision we make. What do you guys want to do? Should we investigate the scene or try to see where the culprit went? See the culprit? Okay. We'll try to see where the culprit went.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's check the
That
bottle.
strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
It would appear so. Only a small amount of liquid is left inside the bottle, and streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and the sides of the vessel. It seems like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. I have a feeling the liquid in this bottle is a goose.
Oh, really? You think so?
Well, of course.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
That kid?
Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Okay, what else can we investigate? Oh, it's back there. Flower beds.
Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
It's possible. There are no footprints in the flower beds, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Unless the culprit was your size, that would be pretty difficult.
True.
But the suspicious brother said it was a kid, so... I don't know.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Absolutely. You and Emily carefully move Edgar inside.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid.
Oh?
He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
You found this bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid, and how toxic it is to the human body.
Yes.
But first, I do believe there are 2 people who could shed some light on the situation. Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Wait, you know...
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never heard of those names before.
Clearly you do.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market.
Oh, you're getting more and more suspicious.
The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Ah, Miss Emilie, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor. You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
I'm not sure she cares what you think of her.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
Just as I thought.
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Emily, you little...
Don't even think about it. The dual blade strikes again.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment.
Yes, the Ortrice Mécanique d'Annelise Cardinal has already sentenced them.
But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the 2 of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Yes.
Fine, as you wish.
Finally.
Sylvain!
Lucien, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orderly anyway. You were right, Miss Emilie. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucien, Edgar, and a researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. Oh, they did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
Oh,
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
so far, Kiria's name still hasn't come up.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either, but you two seem quite familiar with him.
Kiria was Vijava's younger brother. He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The three of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
So, you think Kiria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kiria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Well, it wasn't intentioned for people to drink it.
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once.
Yeah,
If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kiria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be Auguste.
strange. Sylvain seems nervous all of a sudden. Why did Kiria attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kiria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back Auguste.
I'm not sure Kiria wants to bring back the goose.
We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself. As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
So that's why you never mentioned Kiria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in Auguste, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kiria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact Auguste. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it.
Why does it sound so sarcastic?
Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Yes, of course.
They're so suspicious. I don't trust them one bit. They're still hiding something?
You think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
Yes, I agree.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
Are you really just a perfumer who looks after people in your spare time?
Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
Oh, she works in a morgue?
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner.
Oh.
Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world.
Okay.
In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent. Basically, there are two sides to forensics. Those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene. I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient.
Emilie is so cool.
Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the situation.
Will do.
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Yes, I hope so too. There's only a small amount of liquid left in the bottle. According to Sylvain, the liquid is none other than the famed Auguste perfume. The stand displays flowers from various nations. Looking at the flower pot in the middle, the soil seems to have been disturbed recently.
Master looks a lot older than when I last saw him. I just hope he can hold on.
Yeah, I hope so too. Okay, let's go find Tainari. Tainari! We're in trouble!
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
It sure did. You explain everything?
What? Edgar was attacked? He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kiria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
What about you, Tainari? Do you have a plan?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emilie needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amurta Darshan. Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emilie is certainly in the best position to help him. As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kiria.
Oh, that's right! Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emilie's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar. I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow. I'll leave you and Emilie to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Wait until the next day. Okay, let's wait. We wait very patiently.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
Yes, let's do that. Elevator, please come down. What happens if we just stand under the elevator? Oh! See, Lolly's a ghost. She can just go through the elevator. Yes, our precious grandmother got bonked. I'm sorry, Granny Eatsley.
Emilie!
How's Edgar?
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon. My chemical analysis of a goose also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
Questions?
I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Elemental energy?
Would that have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean.
Oh.
I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emilie here?
Collie!
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
I love Collie. She's so adorable.
Kale? Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Her fangirling on him. Yeah, did you know that the thing Collie throws out when she attacks, it's called Collie Amber, as a combination of both of their names? She loves Amber so much. It's so adorable.
And please, no need for formalities. Emilie is just fine.
I love Collie's design. She's so pretty.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emilie.
Aw, she's so shy.
Did Tainari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Could it have been an alias?
Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
How is that possible?
Maybe her identity is a researcher from Sumeru, who's a ruse all along.
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey,
Oh, what happened now?
Lucian!
That voice. It's...
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
No.
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
Let's go inside and check. You rush into the hallway and hear from
It's
Sylvain's
locked?
room. You try to enter, but the door won't budge. I'll try to break it open. The door gives way with bang as you enter the room.
There's no one here.
Did we just kick in the door?
Lucian!
That's Sylvain's voice! Hurry, let's check next door!
Yes, let's enter Lucian's room.
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
Oh. Was he also forced to drink the goose? Is he going to be okay?
Emilie, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but we were too late this time.
What? No. No. I mean, I didn't like him, but no. Aww.
No, that's not possible.
Do chest compressions, chest compressions, chest compressions.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock.
Yeah, he was suspicious and I didn't really like him, but I still didn't want this to happen to him.
He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Leave it to me.
I'll notify the sheriff. Yes, look, Mike would be proud of you, yeah. Yes. I want Dr. Mike to be proud of me.
Thank you both.
I love that someone understood my reference to him.
Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow.
No chest compressions? Okay, fine.
We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Paimon, jump on him! Do chest compressions!
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self.
Well, he seemed to care a lot about his brother. It only makes sense.
He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Yeah. I mean, even if he did some bad things, I don't think he deserved this.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful.
Yeah, exactly.
All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
Maybe that's what Kiria wanted.
If Kiria really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
Okay. Some time passes and Sheriff Shiam rushes
Who
to
would
the
have
scene.
thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emilie, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Okay, well if he died last night, then chest compressions would have been redundant.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
Yes, because dead bodies usually despawn once we killed them. Let's have a look. The corners are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. It's good so we don't have the corpse smell. The incense slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. This door leads to the hallway. The lock is intact and there are no signs of damage. This door was probably locked last night.
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room.
The space inside the cabinet is divided into various compartments. It doesn't look like a person could hide in there. This bag is stuffed with clothes and other daily necessities. It's quite heavy.
Well, looks like we've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emilie and Shiam.
So, did you find anything?
There are no signs of forced entry. The only way in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
Did she draw something? Was Sylvain's room locked too? We didn't check that, did we?
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
I highly doubt it.
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a motive.
At least not that we know of.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
Maybe Sylvain has a very deep sleep and someone did go past him and he just didn't notice.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Alright then. You enter Sylvain's room. He looks much calmer.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucien was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucien's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucien's pupils were dilated and his skin was flushed. very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday.
Did someone pull a Mission Impossible and come down from the ceiling?
There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a ghost.
The incense in his room.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
Just one night? So you're saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant.
What did you mean then?
Emilie, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on. Tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See? A ghost is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That doesn't prove anything.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Edgar is conscious again.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emilie, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be?
What did you guys do?
No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Yelena? Who's Yelena? What did you do?
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
A Fatus?
The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in a ghost was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh.
The August flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
No, why would you use a delusion? Delusions are dangerous. You idiots.
A delusion?
The Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought a ghost was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, August contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
That's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here.
Delusions are very dangerous. You remember this one guy from Inazuma? What was his name? Teppei or something? It was so sad how he suddenly was gone because of the delusion.
At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then.
Yes, he grew old because of the delusion. It was quite sad.
It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, I just saw it now. But thank you so much for following.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about a goose being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible.
Yes, it was negligible. You scumbag.
Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
We should still declare it, though.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine.
Maybe because Fontanians are immune to it because they weren't originally humans.
But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
The divine and noble Auguste originated from a delusion. If the truth came out, the market for your product would be destroyed.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kiria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucien would still be alive.
Or gooses deadly? Yes. I mean, gooses are very aggressive animals.
All these years without any sign of Kiria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after.
Well, apparently the judgment of the Ortrace Mécanique d'Annelise Cardinal wasn't enough for Kiria.
Auguste was harmless before.
No, it wasn't.
The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
I don't think so.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the product circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marechaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
And once again, Genshin Impact story quests are being unnecessarily dramatic. Oh dear lord, what did I get myself into?
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
Could she?
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kiria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death.
That makes sense. It's kind of like Tartaglia protects his siblings.
After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
But why? For money?
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kiria was free to take the Mora and run.
So it was for money? That's so sad. So often people have to do stuff for money because they have no alternative option.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucien and I were searching for Kyria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kyria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
You are so greedy.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kyria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge. I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a Auguste, or something like that.
Yeah. People always want someone to blame.
It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred, especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did? If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders. Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Yes. We need to go ask the Artrice Mécanique d'Annelise Cardinal if that was fair.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
What's going to happen?
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself.
Oh, you have to go? Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much for coming by. Have a nice day, darling. Bye-bye.
Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not.
Yeah, that is true.
I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
But if we wait until tomorrow, doesn't that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kiria might try to finish what he started?
Exactly.
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
Desperation?
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucien.
But what's the point in getting the money if you're going to prison anyway? I don't get it.
As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I don't want to protect you anymore.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
We can help stand guard, but I still don't like Sylvain.
I'll also keep watch.
Yay, Collie's staying!
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kiria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone standing guard, even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
Like a dead man switch.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old bag of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
Okay. We will take care of the rest.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up, start spreading that information before it's too late.
Okay. With everyone's help, the news about Auguste as well as Edgar and Sylvain's impending departure begins to spread.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kiri is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
Yes, let's go check. Ah, by the way, please make sure to stay hydrated, everyone. Hydration is very important. Yes, hydration! Hydration is important.
Emilie, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Yay, tea! I love tea.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
And you need to stay hydrated, Collie.
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kiria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh, Hey, Emilie, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway.
Aw, she trusts us.
I've just been thinking. If Kiria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think? When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized. Maybe Kiria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
That's so cruel.
So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kiria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
Collie.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones.
It's a biohazard, though.
Getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment.
Who would want bloodstains to just stay in their place? Like, it's a biohazard. And there's no point in keeping the stains of your loved ones.
Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally. So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kiria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kiria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kiria. They all deserve to survive.
The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Emilie, Traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
Yeah, that seems kind of counterproductive.
A little exercise never hurt anyone.
I strongly disagree with that.
Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
Next to Sylvain's room? You mean in Lucien's room?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emilie's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Fine with me. What about you, Emilie?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
Alright then, let's go. To Lucien's room we go. You wait in Lucien's room for quite a long time.
Not a peep. Has Kiria given up on his revenge?
Just like that.
Guess we'll have to keep at it.
The night deepens as the time passes.
Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Shyam hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kiria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
And he already killed Lucien. There's no reason to stop there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
We can't abandon our post. There's nothing here that we can use to make tea.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Because they don't bloom during the day. Because they only bloom at night.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Wait, is there an incense in his room too? Emilie rushes next door. A strange floral fragrance saturates the room. Sylvain lies unmoving on the bed, already fully
did you hear?
unconscious.
Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucien, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
Was Sylvain dead too? No chest compressions?
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Because no one did chest compressions, chest compressions, chest compressions.
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
Chest compressions! So I guess it's too late now. I love that thing she has here on the side of her outfit. It's so pretty.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kyria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emilie. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Yeah.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kyria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show, some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. Hey.
He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Wait, before when we checked the flowers and it said the dirt was all messed up, was it because he was hiding this bottle in there? Meanwhile, in Sylvain's room...
Wow, another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emilie's plan will go well. Oh, but Kali still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her.
Okay, let's go talk to Holly. Or... no, let's go talk to Holly.
Emilie still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She's extremely meticulous. I'm sure she's prepared to handle anything that might come her way.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emilie's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple, actually.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time!
I feel like you've been waiting to say that for a while.
Let's go! We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Wait a minute. You're not saying it was Edgar all along, are you? The incense slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. Emilie checked last night. Turns out it's Spirit Borneo.
Wasn't this incense originally in Lucien's room? It must have been moved here before nightfall yesterday.
Was it Edgar? Enter Lucien's room. Was it Edgar all along and he just drank it to get away from the suspicions of anyone?
Wow, another all-nighter.
Oh, we have to reset the whole thing now?
Emilie still isn't back. Yeah, that's...
Traveler.
Oh, come
I had
on.
my men start spreading the information you requested.
Yes.
After listening to be honest, I'm still...
The key clue was right in front of us the... Let's go! We'll show you where the culprit...
Yes, it's in the incense, isn't it?
Wasn't this incense originally...
Or is there something else we need to? Flowers. The corners are all filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. The glazed lily is swaying gently, its petals closed. There's a ring of moisture around the rim of the petals that feels sticky to the touch. Wait, did they hide it inside the glazed lily so during day they would stay inside, but once it opens at night it would come out?
This is it!
Oh dear lord, why did I not think of that? Right, glazed lilies only open at
lily,
night.
huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Yes. It only blooms at night.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Plot twist.
Emilie, you're back!
How did it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agus sample.
They put Kyria in those thingies. I forgot what they're called in English. That means it wasn't Kyria actually. Was it Edgar? Was it Edgar all along? Dropped it on the outside of the petals.
If applied to the outside, you would still be able to smell a goose even in the daytime.
Poured it into the flower pot.
If poured into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil. That might prevent the substance from taking effect.
Soak the area around the petals.
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize.
Sealed it inside the petals.
If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime, the glazed lily would act almost like a hidden container.
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of Agus in the center. That way, the Agus would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, The flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the Auguste trapped inside.
Was the culprit Edgar all along?
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of Auguste would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
And his mission would be accomplished.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of Auguste is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man?
Maybe they made a more concentrated version of it.
And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because Auguste is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff?
Or is it because they are from Fontaine?
That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
Or was it because back then they weren't actual humans and now they are? Because Neuvillette only now has given all people from Fontaine human bodies?
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Oh? The primordial sea.
In Fontaine, I experienced how drinking primordial seawater made me more attuned with the element of hydro. But that substance would be hard to get around here.
Yes. Various essential oils.
All kinds of essential oils commonly found in alchemical products can temporarily increase elemental affinity. But it would be difficult to force someone to use them without knowing it.
The incense in the room.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of Spirit Borneal.
Spirit Borneal?
In Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
And Kyria chose Spirit Borneal.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru.
Yes.
Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
It wasn't a coincidence, though.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
The exhibition, the hotel, it was all a meticulously designed trap. And it's also the reason why he didn't want Emilie to stay here. Because Edgar was the culprit all along.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used the mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free, but in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kyria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit, but because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
Wait, was it never Edgar to begin with, and it was just Kyria pretending to be Edgar? Edgar.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily, setting up the Spirit Borneal in advance, and arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel. It all points to one person, the expert in charge of the entire exhibition.
Kyria.
The Mora spent to rent out the hotel, the way the Auguste flower was cultivated, the method used to disguise his appearance. It all points to one person. The boy who inherited Yelena's legacy, her younger brother.
The real murderer.
Kyria and Edgar are one and the same. I can't seem to piece this together in a way that makes sense.
But Kyria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now. Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone.
Dun.
Do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It was a lie.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
It was a lie all along. Wait, didn't Emilie say that he looked older than she remembered? Is he using the power of delusion too?
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
suicide.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
Then there's still one target left.
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
Okay. Oh no, they're scared. What happened?
Ghost! It's a ghost!
I highly doubt that.
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me. How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
This is terrifying.
They're all cowering in fear. Are you okay?
No! Don't come any closer!
Oh, sorry.
No! Don't come any closer!
I left! Calm down! Actually, if we have to fight in a moment, we should probably change to a to a Dendro team. Okay. We can take the forest ferry. And what do we need? We can take Klee with us and Nahida.
Oh, you're calling for me? Coming.
Barbara DPS? We can take Barbara with us too. Okay, who do we replace Barbara with? Okay, let's put the forest fairy away.
We can do this.
Yes, we can. That's the spirit, darling.
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Alright.
Go, Barbara, go!
Oh, I love Barbara. Okay, let's go. I love Klee's sounds when she runs. They're so cute. La la la. Wait, we have to go over here?
The scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Where? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's go. We can do it.
Oh! O's!
What? Who's that?
Are you alright? Were you attacked?
Go, Barbara, go. Yes, exactly.
No, I'm alright. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe. This feeling, I've encountered it before.
Everything looks alright. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume.
But we're here now.
He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand.
O's, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kiria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kiria was in his 30s.
The delusion makes people age very quickly.
Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
It's a delusion.
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
A delusion!
Kiria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru? I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kiria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Kiria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose, the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed, Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine.
But wouldn't Emilie recognize that it wasn't the same person since he was her master?
As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
Yeah, go rest.
No, I can keep going.
You clearly can't.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly.
Yeah.
I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest.
Yay! Kali to the rescue!
I'm sure Kiria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
She just gave them an excuse to leave.
Traveler, Emilie, Paimon, please be careful.
We will do our best.
For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Yeah.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kiria. We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
Yes. Let's go.
Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Hey! Oh! Hey! Yeah! Jumpy, jumpy!
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Oh, this seed? Come on. Come on, go to the edge. Come on. There you go. No, I love Nahida. She's so adorable.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers! There are so many of them. I can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
We know.
But why would Kiria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
What do you mean?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
Aww. I know he's evil, but I still feel bad for him. It's just so sad. By the way, did any of you ever notice that when you move around with Nahida, you can hear her little bell that she has on her back making the Aranara song? You hear it? Oh, I love Nahida. He's so cute. Oh, you never noticed? Well, now you know.
I see everything. Neutralize. Fine.
No, wrong character.
Shower music. Let's do.
No, come on.
Let the show begin.
Let the show begin.
Hey.
Hello. Would you like to come with us? Hello. Come on. What happens if we go into the light? Like, I have a feeling that we shouldn't, but... nothing happens. I thought something would happen if we did go into the light. Oh well. Come on. I thought we were gonna die or something, but no. Nothing happened.
Go, Barbara, go!
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Go, Barbara, go!
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast?
Yes, we did.
No. My strength is just waning.
Aww.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No!
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me.
Aww.
I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day.
Oh.
Yelena? Yelena!
She didn't want you to die with her.
No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
Emilie? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena, we were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No. The amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough.
I'm sorry to say this, but that was a fake.
A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Very cool animation. Yes, the animation was very good. I love the Genshin Impact animations.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
And in the process, you forgot that it was a bottle of perfume, nothing more.
Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate the delusion.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning. It was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Stick close and hurry up. We can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emilie.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combined their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve.
She did.
But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those really do seem like flowers you would choose, Yelena.
So sad. Not long after that, the Eremites rush over. Kyria accepts his fate without saying a word. Why does it have to be so sad? And thus, all the turmoil caused by Auguste finally comes to an end, and they never let me finish reading it! Keep your appointment on the second floor of Hotel de Bourg. Why are we here all of a sudden?
Did you know? Miss Emilie's releasing a new perfume!
That was something. Yes, it sure was.
Right, I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Aww.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify a ghost.
About this perfume, did you use the accord from back in Sumeru?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking.
Oh, the bottle is so pretty.
Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
Paimon is always stealing my lines.
Oh, it smells great!
I'm not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Speaking of deeper meanings, curious final question.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
If I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of a ghost. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase.
We never finished the tea and cake in these quests. Such a waste.
Forget the past and keep on living.
That's what Yelena wanted to tell her brother.
Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with a ghost.
Or maybe that's what she hoped for her brother.
Do you think Kiria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her.
It's not about forgetting her, though. It's about letting go of the past and moving on.
Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Kiria?
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks. Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that a ghost could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a goose truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart. I'm so annoyed.
Well, that was surely something. I don't even know what to think about that. It was a sample of the perfume Emilie made herself. It is based on the legendary Auguste, a fragrance chronicle in Fontaine's history. Tilt the bottle toward the sunlight and you will see this flowing line of graceful text. Forget the past and keep on living. Okay, wait, I want to see that. Wait, let me do it again. I don't see the text. Oh, but I still like it. Any tips for Chaska? Oh, well, I don't have Chaska, so I don't really know anything about playing with her. I'm sorry, darling. I like her perfume. Wait, but it still does it in the shadow, didn't it? I don't think there's anything to do with the sun. Wait, where's the sun? It's hiding behind the bridge. Wait, we need to go somewhere where we can see the sun. Like, up here. Okay, where's the sun? Okay, we need to get the sun at an angle. Where's the sun? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, I still don't see anything special. I mean, it's pretty, but I don't see anything that looks like those words. Oh well, it's still a nice gift though. Okay, well... Where will your journey take you, traveler? Well, we will see that in the future, won't we? So, that was the last story quest that we had open. We've already finished everything else. Alright then. Also, what was your favorite one so far? It's really hard because we also had a lot early on in the story that I don't really remember that much. I loved Klee. I love Klee's story quest. I remember we had to I really like Clarence a lot. Yes, Clarence was really good too. Oh, and I like Marinas and Siege Queens.
These bombs, so heavy.
Okay, let's see. Okay, out of all of the hangout events, which one was your favorite? There were a lot of hangout events. It's really hard to pick a favorite, even if you just take one out of the different event types. Barbara, I'm biased. Yeah, I really like Barbara's hangout events. I love Barbara. Oh, you've only played Noelle and Barbara? Yeah, the hangout events are really nice. Okay, and out of all of the Tribal Chronicles, which one was your favorite so far? I mean, I would have to say Citlali, but I'm biased there, so... I don't know. But which one did you prefer out of all of the Tribal Chronicles? Probably Varessa and Mualani. Yeah, those are really good too. Mualani's quest was really nice too. Oh, you haven't played past Leo yet? Oh, okay. Well, once you've finished all of the Tribal Chronicles, you can let me know then. Hello, Citlali. I love Granny Eatsley. Yeah, I mean, we already finished most of the limited time stuff. I mean, we could continue with this if you guys wanted to. But we don't really have anything else open at the moment to do. You guys want to do that? Seeing parallelism on stream would have been so cool. Oh, I did play that on stream. Oh, that means you weren't there. Oh, but it's on YouTube now. You can watch the VOD on YouTube if you want to. Check Discord, Queen, another artist hit the Discord. Oh, you weren't around back then? Oh, that's unfortunate. But you can always check out the VODs. This art is so pretty. I love it. Also, this facial expression is peak. Ah, it's so pretty. Yeah. But I mean, for the most of the things that you missed the stream, you can actually just check out the VODs. But yes, I did do this on stream. It was actually very nice. Though I had to voice like half the characters myself because the voice actors were gone. Druid, not sure why your name is still out there. Oh, you drew it? Oh, you have a different name on Discord? Oh, that's a very nice drawing you made. I'm actually very impressed by your art skills. Okay, let's go to this event.
La la la. The show begins.
I love so much that Farina is Jesus and can just walk on water. Thanks, it's my offering, all humble Oshi. Wait. I'm your Oshi? I'm someone's Oshi? Oh my god, thank you so much! Oh, I love you. I love you so much, darling. I need to tell Queen Ritsu, I'm not sure if she's still here. I'm someone's Oshi! Oh my god!
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
That's the perfect voice line! Being too popular is such a hassle. Who would have known the people would adore me so much? I love you. I love all of you guys so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And for calling me your Oshi. And for making art of me. I was so not expecting that. Thank you so much. I love you. Okay. Why does it? Okay. Can work on this. I'm someone's Oshi. I feel like I unlocked an achievement or something in life. Clash of Clans? Oh, is this like Clash of Clans? It's the newest limited time event from Genshin. It released them. No, don't kill my bats! How rude. Put you here. No, this one is being really rude. I'm not sure we're gonna make it like this. We might have to restart. But we'll see. No, my hilichurls! My hilichurls died! No! No! Don't die! No! Okay. We have to try it differently. Okay. Problem is I can't make this one attack anything else other than this. So we kind of have to go with that. Maybe we come from here with everyone. What if everyone attacks together as a group? Don't kill my hilichurls, no! It only took him one punch. One punch and all my hilichurls went bye-bye. No! My lava monster is gone. Okay, let's see if we can make it. But I have my doubts. Yeah, I don't think so. Why is this so hard? Okay. That'd be ideal, so big molten rock I can tank while range on the back. Yeah, so we should attack these two from this side while the lava monster comes from this side. But the hilichurls get one punch by them. So we need someone from distance, like these two. Okay. And we get the hilichurls to attack the other one. We can't make it this time. Come on, we can do it. Okay, now please can we defeat the big angry guy? He's just ignoring them like they're mosquitoes or something. Yay, we can do it! All the monsters are defeated. Come on, tank, let's go! Victory is ours! Yay! Okay. Next one. That was a lot harder than I expected it to be. Okay. So I know that the ruin guards, they're bad at breaking these things, so we have to break them first before we can send him in. Because he's probably the best at destroying stuff, so... Wait, no, not yet. Okay, I know these can throw things, right? So... let's send them in with the flying thingies. See if that works. Oh, that works really nice. Okay. Let's send you in there. Yeah, maybe send you in here. Actually, now we could go in with the ruin guard. No! No, my ruin guard is gone! Okay, we can still make it. No, it's frozen! Oh. I didn't think about that. Okay. Okay, so let's try again, but send them in with this one. And send the bats to attack here. And try it that way. Oh, no. Oh, we didn't even deploy the ruin guard. Oh, but we made it. Okay. Final challenge, let's go. Okay. We can't send the hydro thingies against those two because they would just freeze them. And we can't send the hillagers because they would just one-punch them away. So... should probably send them in with one of those. No! You're way too strong, that's unfair. That's unreasonable beyond belief. Okay. Now we have the cryo against the hydro slimes, that should work well. Wait. Maybe just plop down ranged icy ones to eliminate the big piece. Yeah, we have to send him in here. And we have to break the barrier here. Okay, can you go in without dying from this thingy? Okay. I don't think we will make it this round. Why is this one so strong? None of my monsters are this strong. Okay, so the flying icy thingies died too fast. And we only have one Pyro Hilichurl set, so... What if we come from the back and we attack here first? And we send this one in with them. We can send another one for the middle ones. I want them to attack the Hydro Slimes. Can you go in here? You go in here. I can't deploy anymore. Now I can. Wait, he's not doing any damage to the Hydro thing. How is that even possible? I don't know what's going on, but I like it. He's not taking any damage from him. That's so funny. Yay, we made it! A win is a win? Yes, exactly. Doesn't matter how we got there. We got there, that's all that matters. Yes, the Hydro Burb is OP. Okay, so now we finished all of this. I wasn't expecting that. But who am I to complain? The route taken by the attacking force and their coordination with their supporting flank teams when targeting an enemy stronghold. These aspects must be studied further. But what about the Travel's unorthodox tactics? They don't seem to make sense at a glance, and yet... See something you like? Any textbook examples for your recruits? Indeed. As you can see, once the main force has been deployed, it is difficult for them to disengage for a short period of time. This window is when covering the enemy's flanks and cutting off the reinforcements becomes crucial. But with limited troops, it becomes difficult to decide how many to allocate to the support unit. If we had the numbers, we could downsize the main force, but if we couldn't spare many, we might not even be able to cut the enemy off. Nobody knows for sure how much manpower we'd have each time. It's customary for the Special Patrol to form a support unit of about 1/4 the strength of the main attacking force, and deploy them to patrol areas where we might expect enemy reinforcements to show up. Normally, this arrangement would suffice, although there have been exceptions. One time, while the support unit was leisurely patrolling their target area with no enemies in sight, the main force was running thin and had to fight for their lives. But as for you, Proto-Boss, you planned your attack routes for the main force exceptionally well, coordinating their movements with those of the support unit. That way, both units could rely on each other for support when it mattered, making the most of our manpower. When the main assault met heavy resistance, the support unit could act like reinforcements. Likewise, when enemy reinforcements suddenly arrived in force, both teams could move in tandem to intercept, like an offensive-defensive unit. That's just how I roll. Really? I just did whatever. Anyway, thanks to your unorthodox strategy, you've demolished the same third assault scenario that had Drillmaster Yen stumped. Fine, I admit defeat. You'll be getting your limited edition ammunition once we get back. The pleasure's all mine, Drill Master. The very same limited edition bullets used by Captain Shevers, renowned for their precision and velocity over long distances. Back to the topic at hand. I've always known you had an interest in firearms, Protoboss. I've talked through some of the necessary application requirements with my colleagues, and you're a perfect fit. When you're free, we'll find an opportunity to get the relevant paperwork done. Check up on your key data and get you a custom-made musket of your own. I get a custom-made musket? I feel so privileged. Okay. We still have to go to. Before you can engage in confrontation scenarios, you must first deploy your defensive lineup. While deploying them, you can select. I will figure it out. Once you're successfully matched, the two sides will attack the opposing defensive lineup with their pieces. Okay. What do we take? I like the Pyrohilid churls. I like these. And these. I can hear a dog in my staircase of the building. I didn't know one of my neighbors had a dog. I don't think you can hear it, but I heard a dog barking. Okay, maybe one less of those and one of the OP Hydro Birds. Okay, let's try. You can only initiate matching after confirming your... How do I confirm? Oh, I need to put them in here. Okay. Okay, let's put the houses here. Let's put those here. And those in here. I don't really know what I'm doing, by the way. That's okay, we'll figure it out as we go. We put the Hydro and Cryo together, that would be so rude to whoever has to defeat it. Okay, let's put one on either end. Wait, do we have to put this many? Yes, random shit go. That's how I live my life. Game piece is 8, so can we... Oh no, we need at least this much, okay. Okay, there we go. Now we can match. Wait, so do we now have to do the same defense thingy against each other? Probably said so before, I just didn't read it. There was just too much text, and I was like, we'll figure it out. Or do I have to do his and he has to do mine? Okay. What do we do? Start here. No! My flying bat thingies! Send this one in here. This one in here. No! Why is this one still attacking this stuff? Oh well. It's probably gonna work out. In the end. I hope. Oh, we're only slightly ahead. We won! We won! We won! Yay! I didn't even know how that happened. See, randomness can be successful if you do it right. Okay, let's match with Ether. I actually think my defense lineup is very evil. But oh well. There's so much cryo. No! No! My mages have been defeated! Wait, no. The flying bat thingies. You go in here? No! My bat! I will send you in here with the mages. No! They all died way too fast. Okay, you come in from here. No, Ether is further ahead than us. Okay. No, where are you going? Stupid bird. Okay. We are going to lose because we are too slow. We're only at 15%. No. That's so embarrassing. You came, you saw, we go. No, my star! I lost my star! I wanted my star. I lost my star. Oh well, let's try again. We should maybe switch something up here. Let's do one lava monster. And we get the flying cryo thingies too. Okay, let's try it like this. Maybe we'll be more successful like this. We can do it. Go, monsters, go! We can do it. We have the OP Hydro Bird. Hello. Let's send you in here. Gonna send Birdie in with the lava monster. And those in here. No, it's trapped. More bad. Oh, we're at 60% already. But a lot of our monsters are dead. It's okay, we can do it. We can do it. I believe in us. No! Hydro Mage died! Oh, okay. We can win it. We can win. It's okay. Everything is okay. No! 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 We were so close! Oh, we still won. We still won. But we were so close, that was so sad. But we did it! Should we change our monster setup? Maybe let's do more of... Or... Maybe let's try it like this. Let's try it like this. We can do it. I hope. It's okay, we can do it. We need to get more stars. Let's get a bunch of stars. Okay. Let's start in the back. No! My pyro monsters! Problem is they always attack the fence before they attack any monsters. Okay, let's send the bird.
Fry! Picked the wrong test subject.
They're not immune anymore. No! Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it. Yeah, no. Ah, that's so sad. I wanted to get more stars. Ah, what a shame. No more stars. Well, we tried our best. It just wasn't enough. And now we just wait. I think we need to change our monster setup. Our star is gone. How sad. How very sad. Oh well. It's okay, we still unlocked all rewards. So we finished all of this, we finished the afterward. Yeah. So I guess we actually finished everything that we currently do. Yeah, so actually, I think that's it for today with the stream. So thank you everyone who came by to watch. I love all of you guys so much. And thank you so much again for the art on Discord. I really liked it very much. So, I hope all of you have a pleasant rest of your day, and make sure to stay hydrated. I love you guys so much. Bye bye. You're welcome. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, but I will stream again the day after tomorrow, and I will post the schedule for next week tomorrow on Discord and on Twitter. So this time you will be informed about all upcoming streams so you won't miss anything. So I hope I can see you the day after tomorrow. I hope you all have a nice day. And make sure to stay hydrated. I love you guys. You have a good day too. Thank you. Bye bye.